Hello and welcome to another off-meta deck profile brought to you by Double Sleep. If you're enjoying these off-meta deck profiles, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel and leave something in the comment section below if there's anything that you would like to see on off-meta deck profiles. Today I'd like to give a shout out to Alistair. He recommended that I have a look at the Super Saiyan 2 Son Gohan. Bit of an older leader, but I thought I'll have a crack at it. Being a yellow Saiyan, it was very hard to not just go yellow generic good stuff. But I thought, you know what, I want to try and keep it themed as much as possible to the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan theme. It's obviously the new promo has come out and it gives a little bit of support to an older archetype. So I'll go through the deck profile now. So what we have on the leader front here is Son Gohan. Has an auto burst 2. You must place top 2 cards from your deck in your drop area to activate the skill. And then when this card attacks, you may choose up to 1 yellow card from your hand, place it in your drop area. If you do, draw 2 cards. So really good cycle there. You can feed your drop to get that sparking, which will be on the leader backside there. Awakening condition is when your life is 4 or less, you may choose up to 2 of your energy and switch them to active mode and flip this card over. On the leader back, we have auto sparking 5. When this card attacks, draw 1 card. With the active main, choose up to 1 yellow Saiyan card in your drop area with an energy cost of 3 or more, add it to your hand, then negate this skill for the duration of the game. Comes in handy. There's obviously a few pieces you'll see that we can grab with that skill, depending on what sort of win con we need to go for. So if we are bursting those cards that we need into the drop area, plenty of chance to get it back there. Getting into the actual deck profile, and this is, I suppose, the heart and soul of why this deck profile came about, is this new promo that's come up. So we've got Son Gohan Might Unleashed. As an auto, when this card is played, draw 1 card, pretty generic auto, but the auto limit 2 for 2 yellow energy. If your leader card is a yellow Saiyan, when this card is played from your hand, you may choose 1 Son Goku Guardian Angel in your deck or hand, place it under this card. If you do, choose up to 1 finishing blow Son Gohan in your hand and play it on top of this card, shuffle your deck and look through it. So the next card that we're going to look at here is obviously the next piece of that chain. We've got Son Goku Guardian Angel. So these are cards all the way back from set 6. So it has a permanent, unless display of power Son Gohan is in play in your battle area, you can't place this card in your combo area from any area. Unfortunate, because it does have good combo power. We aren't playing that card, but because of our leader front skill, we can pitch these from our hand if necessary to try and get rid of them. Has the auto at the end of battle in which you combo with this card from your hand during your opponent's turn. Your leader card is a yellow Saiyan card. You may play this card in rest mode, and you can't play Son Goku Guardian Angel for the duration of the turn. Not really applicable. Same with the active main. We're not going to be playing this card in this variant of the deck, but if you do want to actually throw that card in there, obviously that's an option as well. So essentially what we want to do, we want to play our 1-drop, pay our 2 energy, get our Son Goku Guardian Angel, and this is our big finisher here. So we've got Finishing Blow Son Gohan. Double Strike has an auto with Sparking 7. When you play this card, if your opponent has 4 or more energy, if there is a Son Goku Guardian Angel under this card, choose all your opponent's energy, switch them to rest mode, and this card gains dual attack for the duration of the turn. Massive win con. You've got a dual attack, double strike 30k piece there, and resting all your opponent's energy, essentially leaving them defenseless depending on what color they're playing, can be a really strong win con. I actually like this package a lot. Obviously can be counterplayed, but you know, in the right circumstances, you've essentially got for 1 energy, you're replacing this card, pay 2, and then you're getting out a nice big double strike, dual attack 30k, and resting all your opponent's energy. Really strong for the energy that you're paying. The next card we have here, so we'll go through all the yellow cards first. Just to try and help find your pieces, I've got Dependable Saiyan Trunks. Has an auto, when this card is played, look at up to 3 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 1 yellow Saiyan card among them and add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. Just for a little bit of a search, it can be replaced with plenty of other cards there. Pop 2 Turles in there, all too easy. Really strong card again. Double Strike. When this card is played, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, KO it and choose 1, draw 1 card, or choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO it. Obviously, depending on the circumstances, you can choose if you need that removal. And then active main for 2 yellow energy. If your leader card is a mono yellow Saiyan, and you have 3 or more energy, play this card from your hand. So I think, pretty generic for yellow now. You're going to be running Turles. But only reason I kept it as 2 is because want it more for spot removal, and we want to go for our win con more over this sort of play. We've got next part, which is again generic yellow. Son Goku Steadfast. Blocker, counter play. The battle card being played is played in rest mode, and then play this card and then draw 1 card. Permanent, when activating this card's counter skill from your hand, reduce the energy cost of this card for 1 for each yellow extra card in your battle area, energy, and drop area. Really strong card. If you're playing yellow, you're going to be playing this card. You'll see we do have a few yellow extra cards in there to make sure we can run this package. And again, more generic yellow good stuff, which I tried to minimize as much as possible, but when you're playing a yellow Saiyan and when you're playing yellow in general, it's very hard to not put these cards in the deck. I want to try and make this as competitive as possible, but also try and make it fun and themed. So we've got Mecha Freezer, Riposte, we've got Counter Attack, negate the attack, and then play this card with a permanent. If your leader card is yellow, your opponent has 2 or more energy, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 1 for each yellow energy card, extra card in your energy area or drop area. Auto, when this card is played from your hand, each time your opponent would attack with a non-unison card this turn, they must choose 1 of their cards in active mode and switch it to rest mode. And the active main for 2 yellow, choose up to 1 yellow freezer with energy cost of 4 and mecha in its name, and play it on top of this card, which we don't have any other mecha freezers, but obviously the kind of floodgate to make your opponent rest energy is just too good to turn down. The last of our yellow cards, and this is to fall into another Super Saiyan 2 Son Gohan package. So we've got Super Saiyan Son Goku Valiant Breakthrough, and this is from the Expert deck, or sorry, expansion I think it is, or it might, actually no, it is the Expert deck, sorry. So auto, when you combo with this card from your drop area, choose up to one yellow-green multicolor Son Gohan Childhood card in your battle area and switch it to active mode. Has the active main, if your opponent has 4 more energy and you have a cell card, not really specific to this deck, we're just going for the auto there. We want to restand our next card, which is the first of our multi-card package. We have 2 of the Super Saiyan 2 Son Gohan Wounded Victor. Again, want to try and keep this Gohan themed as much as possible. Really strong card again. So we've got Triple Strike and Successor for 1 green, 1 yellow, and 1 generic. So 3 energy in total, and obviously going for the 8 cost. So we've got a few options here. When you look at all of the cards that we're running, it will be pretty easy to get that 8 energy. So Successor, choose any number of your mono green, mono yellow, or green yellow multicolor battle cards with an energy cost to add up to the energy cost of this card. Place them in the owner's drop area, and then play this card from your hand. With the auto once per turn. When this card attacks, choose up to 1 yellow Son Goku in your drop area and combo with it. So obviously combos really well there. You're paying 3 energy to get this Son Gohan out, and then comboing with this Goku from the drop. So essentially he becomes a dual attack 30k triple striker, another really strong win con. So plenty of options to finish off the games with this deck. Because we're running multicolor, I do like to have your land with energy with energy exhaust negate. So this analyzer, we have permanent. If there is a green yellow multicolor card in your energy other than this card, negate this card's energy exhaust in all areas. And then also has the active battle. Once per turn, choose 1 yellow green multicolor card in your hand, place it in your drop area, and choose 1 card in your opponent's combo area and place it in its drop area. If you want to play it to have a little bit of combo control, you can. We're using it more to negate energy exhaust, so we can have that multicolor energy there, because we do need some green energy for our Successor and also for our next piece here, which has Arrival. So we've got Android 13, The Mission Begins. Probably one of my favorite green yellow cards. Doesn't see much play. I know it doesn't have protection. A lot of people really like to harp on about protection on cards, but for me, I just like the effect of this card. If you play it right, you can at least get it off for 1 turn. So you got auto at the start of your opponent's turn. They choose 2 of their battle cards and KO them. Really great board control. Essentially play this whether it's at the end of your turn or however you choose to play it. For example, play at the end of your turn, pass turn, the first thing your opponent has to do is remove some battle cards from their battle area. Such a strong card. And then also, if it's in your drop area for 1 energy, send this card from your drop to your warp. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 3 or less and KO it. Such a controlling card, especially if you're running green yellow. I highly recommend this card. I love it. And I just can't speak highly enough of it. You'll see it in the next deck profile that I've got coming up as well. So after that, obviously with Arrival, we're going to want to combo some of these pieces off. So I've got Android 14 and Android 15 target acquired. Reason that I've got this in here is if your leader card is yellow or an Android card, reduce the combo cost of this card in your hand by 1. Essentially, we've got a free multicolor combo piece for our Arrival, so we're not going to have to tap energy. Really handy because we don't want to really be overspending our energy. We want to use that to defend ourselves during our opponent's turn. It does also have the auto here, which is handy if your opponent has 2 or more energy. When this card is played, look at up to 10 cards from the top of your deck. Play up to 1 Android 13 card with energy cost of 4 or less among them with skills negated for the turn, then shuffle your deck. So it is also another way for 2 energy if you need to do it, to search the top, but obviously it's going to be extremely risky too because we're only running 3 of these cards. Preferably I prefer the Arrival, but it is another option there if you do need it. Next card we have is I never know how to say this character's name is Annalena. I'm gonna go with that. The Invader. Energy, exhaust, and critical. Successor for 1 yellow energy. So I really like this card for obviously removing something that's got 3 energy. Successor for 1 yellow. Has the active main once per turn. Bond 2. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards, negates its skills until the start of your next turn. The fact that we have so many of these pieces, so we've got our 3 cost here, Goku, we've got 3 cost Mecha Frieza. If you want to swap it over for a critical attacker for 1 energy and it also can negate skills every single turn, you're going to be able to negate skills if it stays out there and you got the Bond 2. I think it's just a fantastic piece. Next Arrival piece we have is Krillin and Android 18 Power Couple. Arrival for 1 green energy. This is a really good Arrival defensive piece. So auto, when you play this card, choose 1. Your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and place it in their drop area. More so, we're using this for choose a keyword skill on one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and negate it for the duration of the turn. Someone's swinging at you, they're going in hard with a double strike, all those sort of things. Arrival this guy in, and then obviously negate the keyword skill, negate the double strike, you're only taking 1 damage instead. It can be a really strong defensive piece for you. Normally I don't like going for the more expensive SCRs, but obviously this guy's dropped in price a lot. Still a really strong SCR. So going with Cell Xeno, he is obviously very well known. He's been in the meta for a long time. When you got 5 energy, he gains all the additional skills. So auto, if you have 5 more energy, when you play this card, choose up to 3 cards in your opponent's hand, place them in their drop area. This card gains dual attack and quad strike for the duration of the turn. Secret Rare with deflect and successor for 12 energy. Obviously if you end up going in with like your 8 drop and then you build up with a couple other small pieces, you can get to that 12 really easily, even with the other multicolor pieces that you'll have out. So it won't be too hard to get to that 12. And if you're going for your win con and then you haven't quite got there, you got 1 more hit to go, you can throw them out quickly, or if you store them a little bit, a really great win con. For the super combos, I've gone for Chilai. Auto, if your leader card is green, yellow, or a heroine card, when this card is used in a combo from your hand, choose 1. Choose up to 1 of your opponent's leader cards or unison cards, switch it to rest mode. Really strong defensive piece. They attack with a battle card, you want to rest their leader, stop them getting their draw. The other part is, if it's your turn, choose up to 1 of your opponent's skillless battle cards and KO it. Can come up if you negate skills of a card, say you're negating the skills with your successor piece here. I'm not going to try and say the name again. And then you combo off and then you can KO it with your Chilo super combo. And the other piece is Krillin. Again, just great. Bottom deck 1, draw 2 super combo when your life's 4 or less. Going into the extra card package, if you're playing yellow, you're playing one of Power of a Super Saiyan, as long as you got all that yellow energy. Negate the attack permanent. If you have 1 or more mono yellow energy in active mode, you can activate this card's active battle skill from your hand without paying its energy cost. And then active battle, if your leader card is mono yellow, draw one card, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards or unison cards, switch it to rest mode, and it can't attack. And then you can't activate active battle skills on copies of this card for the turn. Obviously limited to one, you can't max it any more than one anyway. Again, keeping it themed, this is actually a pretty good extra card to go with the leader. It came out in the same set, full power Kamehameha. So for one energy, if your leader card is yellow Sun Gohan Childhood, this card, if your leader card is a yellow Sun Gohan Childhood card, it gets plus 10,000 power for the duration of the battle, and if your opponent has 5 or more cards in rest mode, it gets an additional plus 10,000 power for the duration of the battle. So potentially getting up to a plus 20,000 boost for one energy. Only putting it as a 2 of because we're really using it as a win con only if we do need it, but 20,000 boost to your leader is pretty solid. We also have Vegeta's Final Flash, pretty straightforward again for yellow. Active battle, if your leader card is yellow, choose up to one of your leader cards or battle cards, it gains plus 15,000 power for the duration of the battle. Auto, if all your energy is yellow when you activate this card, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, negate skills for the duration of the turn. Similar to your Krillin piece, if someone's going in with something going hard, negated skills, you're going to be in the clear. Other than negate wise, we've got counterattack, Forbidden Power. I really like this. Obviously, you got Nimbus as an option as well, but I've really switched over to this. Not everyone's as big a fan of this card. I like this card because it works both on your turn and your opponent's turn. It doesn't become a dead card in your hand essentially. So counterattack, if your leader card is yellow, your opponent can only attack with battle cards one more time for the turn, so you don't have that discard effect, which helps. And active battle, if your leader card is yellow and it's your turn, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, switch it to rest mode, and then choose up to one of your yellow cards and it gets plus 10,000 power for the battle. So again, having that, being able to utilize it on your turn if it doesn't become a dead card in your hand. And pretty standard negate, freezes army reinforcements. These blocker tokens are just so good. They're pretty much in every color deck now. So counter attack, if your leader card is mono yellow, negate the attack. Play one freezes army token with 10,000 power and against blocker. Obviously you can't combo off with the token, but again, having that blocker just to defend yourself. So negate one, block with the next attack, you save yourself from 2 damage there. Permanent, if your life is 5 or less, you can activate this card's counter skill from your hand by adding 1 card from your life to your hand instead of paying its energy cost. So that's the entire deck profile. Obviously you can chop and change, you can make it more generic yellow good stuff. I tried to keep it as themed as possible because I really like trying to make decks themed and a little bit sort of budget friendly as well. This is probably one of the more expensive decks you'll see me make. Anytime there's yellow in a deck is going to be more expensive, but I hope you've enjoyed the deck profile. If there is anything you would like to see on off-meta deck profiles, please leave it in the comment section below. We do listen and we love to hear your feedback on all the content that we're creating. So that's the deck profile. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.